and welcome to another Tip Tuesday with IndySoft. My name is Adam Waymer. I'm the Director of Customer Success here at IndySoft, and it is my privilege to take you through the kitting module. It's an area in our software that we'd love to have in more people's hands. We think it's really useful. We think that it's maybe something that you haven't seen before. So if you've got questions on this, you start to dig into it, and after viewing this and you have any thoughts on things you would like to do differently in it, don't hesitate to reach out to support at IndySoft.com. That's what we're here for, to help and keep your software up and running as best as possible. So, kitting module. What is it? Where did it come from? We receive a lot of requests from customers of how to smartly auto-choose equipment. Check things out at once, just add a variety of items at one moment, or to build a predefined kit that's specific of equipment altogether, so we can scan one item and then everything kind of comes with it. We have a couple ways of going about that. One's a unique kit, one's a kit template. I'll talk about those in a bit more detail as I move into them in the software. There's lots of scenarios that work with kits. They might be something that's a kit that's checked in. You check it out one time, it's gone for an incredibly long time, might never come back. But you need to know where it was and who had it. You could have scenarios where they're constantly coming back and forth, or it can just be a kit that represents something that is the concept of what you want everyone to have in their hands, and that's more that kit template. So, kitting module. How do we get to it? Most people will have a link for this over on their right side options panel, but it's one of those utilities that sometimes people clean these things up and they just think they don't ever use it and they clean it out because they don't want to see it. So if you don't have this link to kitting module right here, very easy to add. Right click, edit your options panel, add the hyperlink back in. I know we got other Tip Tuesdays on that. Very easy to add back in. So once you have that link to kitting module, click it, launch it, and you'll see the screen that I have up right here. So what I've built here is a kit of just some real generic data to kind of represent what all you could do with it. So the first area that's important to look at in kitting module is this main section here. I've titled this Unique Kit A. I'll be honest, I'm never the best at naming conventions, so this is just for demonstration purposes. You have some custom fields if there's any other unique data you want to put in there. Location, sublocation, important because where is this kit at? I think that's one you definitely want to enter in there. Description. This is important because it's going to show up in the event window when you go to add from a kit, so I definitely want to make sure you pay attention to that field and add it in, and of course comments as needed. Bottom section here, kit history. Notice how it says unique kits only. That's because a unique kit are designated items. They're ID'd. A kit template is more of a suggestion of these are the things that you need to have, and it could be different versions of that item, and we'll talk about that more in a second. So again, remember that concept, unique kit and kit template, and unique kits are the ones where you can get this history of what happened to it on it. You'll notice here it's currently in a status of checked in. I'll show that changing a bit more in a couple minutes. So the final area here, kit requirements. We have all the things that are required for this kit. Two ways of going about adding them. You can add individual gauge filters. An example of that will be one here where I added a caliper. Filter boxes, as you're used to seeing them all through our software. It's one of our most powerful and best tools to customize data to return what you need to. If you have any sort of universal searches, they are saved in here. Custom searches, those are saved by user, company, and system-wide. So if they live there, you could very quickly pull them up as needed. And also too, we have the ability to add by extended attributes if you got some real unique values on there. We also have the ability to add from Equipment Finder. I like this because you could very easily just, return. Let's go to our, in this example, I'm going to go to Calco and return all the assets in that company, if there are any. Let's do Acme. Alright, so here I've got a variety of items where I can say, yeah, let me add a timer. Let me add a power test panel or leakage current tester, whatever that might be. Note I now have a bunch more items in here. Now this is a bunch of data, and maybe some of this stuff doesn't even exist in the software the way we need it to. So let's look at this right here. Another sort of filter just called T. I'm going to get rid of that. I don't think that might be needed. And I'm going to get rid of my caliper rule because I probably have something else in here. You can add delete as needed. These filters can change over time. That's not a problem. And the one other tab I want to show you here is the kit association. So what does a kit association do? Well, as you start to build out kits, you might want to have some easy reporting tools. Like here I've called this a Pelican case. Obviously with the equipment I chose, it probably isn't going in a Pelican case, but that's an example. I might have 10 Pelican cases. Now I want to make 10 unique kits that are Pelican cases. I can search on these associations to find out, okay, I've got a report here that shows me these 10 Pelican cases are all checked out, or 5 are, 5 aren't, and based on their kit ID, I can kind of track down that information. So we've basically built out our requirements of the kit. One thing I like to add is maybe an image to it. So we've got a kit here. I'm going to go find an image. And I'm in our web tier product, so you notice I have the drag and drop. If you're in hard client, you're going to see something differently. So I'll just drag this image over here. And I've got a great looking kit here. Go ahead and add that. Since there was already an image, I'll replace that. So we've made a kit. Unique kit A with all of the requirements that we might need, and it is currently checked in. So what does that matter in terms of events? Let's come in here and see how that works. So right now that kit is currently checked in. I'm going to check it out. I need to take all that stuff out in the field with me. So when you click the binoculars in your event, as long as you have that choose equipment tab option available, you're going to have your normal list. And one thing you need to have here is add equipment from a kit. And you see I have my list of kits. Notice that description is present as long as some of those custom fields, crib number. This can be customized as needed, but I'm going to do unique kit A. And it's going through now and it's adding every one of those items that matches my requirements. So you'll notice it also says unique kit A. It just lets you know where that kit's coming from because you can select multiple kits inside of an event. And I need this for scenario A, this for scenario B, you can add more than just one kit to an event. It's used just to add for whatever you need. So let me finish that event here. So I've checked it out. Now if I come back to our kitting module, you'll notice my status is checked out and I've got the history. Remember, this is a unique kit I'm using, so I have the history. If I was just using our alternate example of a kit template, it wouldn't because it's just general suggestions of what lives in the filter box. So I can come in here and expand it, see all the assets and the requirements of what sort of caused that to check out. And now I'm going to come in here and, alright, I'm done with my on-site, and it's time for me to check these items back in. Do the exact same concept, add equipment from a kit, use unique kit A. I'm going to finish this to check them in, and when I come back to our kitting module, you'll see they're checked in, and I have a new check-in event here. So I know exactly what's going on with these kits all the time. So this is the main gist of it. It's here for you to come in here and figure out what might be beneficial for you to simplify your technician's use of the software. If you're a manufacturer, you might have a kit for specific lines. So when line 3 goes down, you send a tech with these items that are needed to keep line 3 up. Maybe if you're a commercial lab, on-site kit, which has been the reference I've kind of used throughout the demo of the kitting module. Those Pelican cases, for whatever reason, you got a kit for a specific customer, or customer-owned equipment even. Then you've got something that you need to designate in a certain way, in a certain area that you want to lock in. You can put it in here as a kit. It is open and flexible for whatever you need. It's part of your workflow config process. One important thing I want to remember if you do decide to use this and you want it to adjust that, we have our inventory change, status, and workflow config. So in my check-in event, this inventory change tells me to go from checkout to on hand. If you have that set up as no inventory change, then you're not going to see any changes in this status here, and you won't have your unique kit history. So go in there and change that if that's something you want to use. But that is a general overview of the kitting module. If you've got any questions or any thoughts on it, please do not hesitate to reach out to us at support@indysoft.com. We're here to help. Thank you again. Have a great day.